The old school days of doing radio and TV ads, newspapers, mailers. I call that like spray and pray marketing. We have over 120 creators we've worked with across Kansas City. People keep asking me coffee. They're like, when are you gonna do a coffee tour? I've been asked coffee, barbecue, burger. What would you want to see next?
Well, hello and welcome back to Be Like Changers. I am your host, Kathy, and today I have a very special guest with me. It is Court. He is with Go Explore KC, and y'all might know him as the KC Pizza Pass.
That's right.
But this story is way more than about a slice of pizza. It's about one person's vision to help local businesses be seen, discovered, and supported. Court has crafted a platform that brings families together, helps small businesses gain exposure, and encourages people to explore all the amazing places here that Kansas City has to offer. I have personally had the opportunity to experience going into some of these pizza places, meeting these small business owners, which is so on brand for Kathy Coates events. That is what my heart is all about, the same as Court. When we met each other, we met at, where was it? The
Pour Coffee House.
Pour Coffee House, which was amazing coffee. I actually had a matcha there that day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it was so good. And I just remember meeting you and hearing your heart and seeing how our vision just lines up. And so I just loved it. And so I said, I have to get Court on the show so everybody can know the heart of the KC Pizza Pass. So thanks, Court, for coming in today and being with us.
Thank you, Kathy. Appreciate it. It's a great opportunity. You bring in so many good Kansas City entrepreneurs, and you're so good about promoting Kansas City. And so really appreciate everything you do for the community.
Thank you, Court. Thank you. What did you think about when you came into JT VSUALS today?
This is a super cool studio. This is a super cool place. This is like my background because I was a video journalism teacher. And so being in a studio like this with all the cameras and such, this is really
kind
cool.
of takes it back, right?
Yeah.
Like it takes you back a little bit. I know it's really nice to be able to come in here and just be able to record and leave because, both of us stay really busy shouting out all the businesses. And now I have Gabriel Gibbs, and he's out there doing, my son who has special needs. He's deaf and autistic. And so we've been doing some pieces too. And he keeps me super busy. So it is nice to be able to just walk in, be able to record that podcast. They take care of it. They put out all my shorts because, trust me, I make plenty of them on my own.
Yeah.
So thanks for coming in. I'm glad you're getting to experience just a piece of that. And I just want to give the viewers your story, kind of like where you came from. Let's roll it back.
So I was a high school teacher and a football coach.
All right.
And I got out of that and got into marketing. And I started working with all kinds of different businesses, helping them generate leads, like chiropractors getting bookings or gyms, dentists. And I got in with restaurants, helping them with marketing. I was like, wow, it's way easier to get people to come buy a hamburger or a pizza than join a gym, right? And so that's really, it's been about 10 years now.
Right.
Been really focused on pizza. And
wow.
I love pizza. Everybody has an opinion on what kind of pizza they like. And Kansas City has so many great pizza places.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
They absolutely do. I have tried 3 so far.
Okay,
with
great.
You. Yeah, so the first one was the Old Shawnee Pizza.
Yes.
And so I went in and ordered pizza to go home.
Yes.
And decided to do something a little different because, moms, we always go home and feed all our children, but we always eat last, right? So I said, well, since I'm shouting it out, I'm going to sit down and have pizza first and then go home and feed my family. So that's what I did. So it was super fun.
Love it.
And then I went to Ava Ray's. Wow, that was an experience.
Yep.
That was super cool.
Yeah.
And I got to meet the owner there. So
Okay,
that
cool.
was cool. She was super nice because, of course, I went and that weekend I took my grandbabies back with us, my 2 older granddaughters. So we went back twice. That's how good it was.
Yep.
And I love their pizza, but what I was really surprised is, I don't know, have you tried the pasta there yet?
I haven't tried the pasta. No.
Oh my gosh, you've got to try the chicken Alfredo. That is
Okay.
probably one of the best chicken Alfredos I've ever had.
Okay.
And that
Wow.
says
I will tell
something
the owner
because
that.
you know I'm a foodie. Y'all know I'm a foodie.
There you go. Okay.
So that was amazing. But the pizza was great too. Don't get me wrong.
Yes.
I mean, it was good. This last one I did was 1889 pizza. And so that was a cool experience. I actually got to see him teach in a class.
Well, you had a great video. They were tossing the pizza up in the
Yes.
air, right?
Yes, I'm like, how awesome was that? And nobody knew I was coming, but I mean,
Right.
I was like, what a great moment
Yeah.
to actually come and got to see him tossing it up in the air. And so, yeah, if you haven't seen it, check it
Yeah.
out on Kathy Coates Events. You'll be able to see it, or even it's on KC Pizza Pass too.
Yep.
So, yeah, so tell us just a little bit more. So you went from being a teacher into coming up with this great idea. So tell us just a little bit more about how that idea came about.
Well, so it evolved when I started working with restaurants. I didn't know how to get clients.
Right.
I had never been in sales. I didn't know how to get clients. So I had a crazy idea, and I reached out to a restaurant owner, and I said, could I come in? This is 10 years ago. Could I come in and do a Facebook Live?
Mhm.
And
Oh,
then
yes.
could I come in and do a Facebook Live, and we'll show how the food's made? And she's like, oh, that'd be great. Come on in. And went in. We did it was probably a 5-minute Facebook Live. People were watching and like engaging. Afterwards, she loved it, and we started chatting, and she ended up hiring me for my marketing. And I was like, wow, this is way easier
Mhm.
way to get clients because you're building relationships,
Right,
right? You're
right.
going in, you're giving them value, and you're helping promote them. So I started doing it. This was 10 years ago before like influencer was a
The
thing.
influencer world, yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
And so these were all Facebook Lives.
Right.
And so I did that. And then when the pandemic hit
Mhm.
is kind of the next place where it evolved because, all these mom and pop restaurants were struggling.
Right.
Right.
Oh,
They
yes.
were
Very
hit
much so.
very hard. The
Very so.
big guys like the Chipotles, the Papa John's, like they were going to be fine. But our mission became then let's get people to go explore local places.
Like,
And
go
so
local. Very
that
much so.
was where the idea of Go Explore Local came from, is helping people
Mhm.
go to local places. Because I think there's a big push right now for people to go to local.
Mhm.
People would rather spend their money, I think, with a local business
Yes.
than, a McDonald's,
Mhm.
right? They
Well,
want
it builds our community.
yes.
We're all, which I'm happy to see that shift because I started about 10 years ago too. So
Yep.
Kathy Coates Events started 10 years ago, and we had our events in castles, mansions, golf clubs, wineries. So we were a big fan of like starting that going live. So it was way back before influencers showed up or anything. So I
Yep.
exactly understand that going live. And so
Yep.
we would even go live during our events. And so we would have anywhere from 25 to 50 vendors popped up in all these different places so that you could shop local. But we would do the Spoil Me Silly Ladies Nights Out. That
Okay.
was one of our signature names that we go around. And so it was a big ladies' night out where they can come shopping, pampering, prizes, all those kind of fun things. So that was a unique way of being able to capture the community and bring them in and let them know about all these small local places, kind of like yourself.
Mhm.
And that's what I found out, just like you, was it's so much easier. I hate selling. Always hated to sell.
Yeah.
Even, because I really want to get with that person and give them what they need.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And that's what it was. You showed up doing lives at a small business, helping them with what they need. That's not a sale. That is like, the heart.
Mhm.
And it shows your heart, for the community. And I believe the community wants to do the same thing. They want to show back because there's so many families now that are opening their own, going after their dreams. And this is a way we can do it, is by supporting local and shouting it out and getting it out there. And I think it just works way better than just those being pushed or sold to or called on the phone, because it really shows the heart of those businesses. And there is so many local businesses right here in Kansas City that people just don't even know about. We're just hitting the little tip of the iceberg,
Right.
And so I absolutely fell in love when I ran across you, and so I go explore Casey. Okay, that's kind of what it is. And I saw these pizza things, and I was like, wow, okay, so
Yeah.
this is similar. So I really enjoyed. So thank you for allowing me to be able to go out and even experience those spots as well. So
Yeah.
because that's great.
Well, yeah, I mean, tell me about your evolution as a creator.
Mm-hmm.
Because you've been doing these videos.
Oh yes,
So
very
what
much
was it
so.
what was it like when you went in and did the pizza? Were people watching you like do it? Do you ever get that where people are
Yeah, a
like,
little bit, somewhat. I mean, it is a little different. So I wasn't a creator at first. I
okay,
mean, well, yes, I've always been a
yes,
creator,
yeah,
just not the influencer style go in. So
okay,
everywhere I go, my friends, we have my best friend. I've
okay,
been best friends with her since middle school.
okay,
And so if you want to hashtag Newman Norwood to see some really great, funny experiences, you will see a lot of our stuff because we've done that naturally. It's always just hashtag Newman Norwood Nights, all
okay,
that kind of stuff. But every place we've always went, we record. I mean, that's just kind of, it's content. I mean, it
yes,
goes, because I've learned, people want to know your story behind the scenes. So it became, starting with those live videos, right?
mm-hmm.
And then having to go forward because when COVID hit, of course, there was no events.
Oh yeah,
So I had to learn to
that's
go online.
yes,
And so then my business partner, she started having a family and more kids and
mhm,
more kids. And then she's like, I can't do this. Well, she was the younger one who knew more about, videos and doing the online stuff. She set all that up. I was the one who would go out, personally meet with the businesses,
mm,
make the deals for how many times we're going to do events that month, how much it would cost, all that kind of stuff,
mm-hmm,
because that was my background.
mm-hmm,
And so then I had to learn how to do it
mm-hmm,
because now we're in COVID, you're at home. I
mm-hmm,
thought I was going to throw my computer out the window. I don't know how many times
mm-hmm,
because I was like, really, I'm too old for this. We're not
mm-hmm,
going to disclose well, everybody knows.
yeah,
I'm 53. But anyway, but at that point in time, I was just like, oh my gosh, I got to do this. So I'm calling my kids on the phone, like, you are going to be able to do this. You're going to do this. And so I started with Facebook. I already knew the lives, right? So
mm-hmm,
then Facebook. Then I had to learn Instagram because she already had Instagram. So now we're learning the Instagram.
yep,
And, now the TikTok. So it just kind of went on and on. I was
mm-hmm,
just not going to quit.
mm-hmm,
I wasn't going to quit. Like, I'm
mm-hmm,
just not going to do this. We're
mm-hmm,
going to figure it out.
mm-hmm,
And so that's where me and my friend, we just start videoing everything because we're
yeah,
going to figure it out.
yeah,
I started cutting my own stuff, clipping
mm-hmm,
my own stuff. And where I really learned to edit was because we started taking those events online
mm,
during COVID.
mm.
If you really want to see some crazy stuff, if you go to YouTube at the very beginning, we had just because people didn't know about lighting back
Oh
then.
yeah,
So, I
yeah,
mean, it was nothing professional. But hey, we had like Facebook groups where we would do little
yes,
shopping things on the
yes,
weekend.
yes,
We even started doing, I had a lady who was a baker. So she would teach people how to do cupcakes.
mm,
And so she would send the whole kit to everybody who signed up.
mm-hmm,
I would go and we'd go on Zoom
mm-hmm,
and everybody would come together because we couldn't meet in person.
mm,
So there'd be about, 8 to 10 to 12 people doing cupcakes. They'd already baked them and they came in and she taught a class on how to decorate. So people's kids were in it. It
mm-hmm.
was great. Like it was so fun. So that's kind of how I evolved.
Okay.
Well, I had to edit a lot of that stuff. I had to
Yes.
figure it out, cut, edit, and so
Yes.
that's where I started cutting and cut. Well, then that's where, when we come up out of their influencers, that's when I started learning more about influencers and what they were
Mhm.
doing. Of course, it was easier for me to make friends with them
Mhm.
let them do it because I'm like, I'm not an influencer,
Well, yeah, you are.
but back then,
Oh, okay.
yeah, I was like, I'm not. And then I'm like, okay, yeah, you built your audience. Yes, you are, and so how can you help in that direction?
Mhm.
So, I started doing more of that. And so really some of my first clips, you're not going to believe this, as in just besides me going in with my friends and just shouting it out on stories and stuff, as in a true influencer piece, you're one of my first ones of me going in and saying, hey, I can do this for you as a business.
Oh, awesome.
So you started that in me, like, okay, you can
awesome.
really do this. And then what was even more cool about that is I started thinking, okay, I started getting really frustrated because at this point in time, I'm not doing events anymore.
Okay.
My project manager takes them. I am just the mentor.
Hmm.
So I come in and teach, give the strategy because my son at home is deaf and autistic.
Mhm.
And I found myself being frustrated because my whole purpose was to be home with him. But now I'm getting so involved with businesses, it was taking me away from home.
Mm.
So I was like, okay, I got a project manager. What's going on here? And come to find out, I was like, you're not looking at it right. And it was doing the pieces through the KC Pizza Pass that made me realize, why don't you include him? Bring him in. And so I thought, okay, let me test it.
Yeah.
So we tested a couple of them just to see, because if he
Yeah.
doesn't like it, I'm not going to make him
Yeah.
do it. But I
Yeah.
thought, he already comes to the events with me, does
Yes.
stuff. He helps businesses like stuff their business cards into different things, or he'll stuff things for them that they give out. And so we have just a few that we help that keeps him busy, because the thing is, he wants to be busy. Everybody has a purpose.
Mm.
I don't care, what you have going. Everybody has a purpose in life. And so I thought, you know what? You preach this to everybody, teach this to everybody else. He does too. So what is his? Like, help him find what he can do in life to make him happy.
Mhm.
And so I was like, boy loves to eat.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. So we went in, and he delivered girly pop sodas the first time
Okay.
to a spa, and because she was just getting started, and he got to help watch her mix it up, and then walked it in and give them away. And the biggest smile came across his face.
Mm.
And he was just smiling, handing them out. And I thought, well, this is a little different. And so we did a couple more, and I kept noticing these smiles. Well, one night he was having a hard time going to sleep. So we went and was driving around. And during COVID, he closed his hands because we moved him out of day services home. And sometimes when you move a special needs autistic child like that, or young adult, they'll pick up different, new bad habits or tics or whatever you want to call them. And he closed his hands and would not open them. So he lost a lot of the signs that he would do. But he started signing ice cream. He was like, ice cream, ice cream. I'm like, okay, so let's go get ice cream. So there was nobody open but McDonald's at the time. So we went through McDonald's. Thank you, McDonald's, for being open late. But we went through, and I got him his ice cream cone, and he turned around and smiled. I said, what? He said, he would not eat his ice cream before I took a picture.
Oh.
And I'm like, he always eats. He don't care about it. He don't even hardly wait to say grace. Like, we're like, come on, he's got to eat.
Yeah.
So I was like, he really likes this. So we started seeing that there was many things we could do, because we'd already had built the audience, with our small, and been able to help with KC Pizza Pass. And so I was like, okay. So I started taking him also to a lot of nonprofits that he loves to hang up clothes. So we hang up clothes, and I video it, and then we shout it out. Like, what does this nonprofit need? And so those are the things that we're doing now. So you asked how it evolved. That's how it evolved for me. And it's all because you encouraged me, I don't know if you know that, to get a little more serious about it. Like, I did little pieces here and there if I'm going around the street. I mean, yes, you always see that I'm shouting out businesses, but as in standing, I would do it more as shouting out a business instead of being the influencer role. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, there's a little bit of difference. There's a difference between shouting out a business because you're shouting them out, or you're in there, doing strategy for them, because we do that too. Like, I go in and help them do the whole ladies' night, out, or if they want to do a ribbon cutting or anything like that, we do those things. But that's me more being the mentor, telling them how to market, do the marketing, giving them the strategy, not me being more the influencer coming in, testing their stuff, shouting out, telling what we like, what we don't like. And so, I mean, you really encouraged me that, okay, yeah, you can be more of the influencer part. So I don't know if you knew that. But
Yeah, well, that's awesome. That is great to hear.
So,
And it's so cool to be working with so many creators across Kansas City, so many talented creators.
So tell me a little bit about that. How's that been, working with the different creators?
Oh, it's been so fun because, and I had a restaurant owner tell me this. I was like, because we help schedule creators to go in and promote restaurants that are on the KC Pizza Pass. So you went into Old Shawnee Pizza and did a short video. So we have over 120 creators we've worked with across Kansas City. And
That's
so we
awesome.
scheduled this. And an owner said, a marketing company could not replicate this because every creator comes in with a different story. They have a different story they tell about what their experience is like. They have a different story about the pizza. And here's the thing also, creators have a network of people, their followers trust them.
Right.
Like that is, and they have hyper whatever their niche is,
Mhm.
right? And I always say riches are in the niches.
Right.
So if you're the Kansas City cheese woman, I can't remember her name, but she's all about Kansas City cheese,
Right.
right? So her people trust her that she knows
It's
about
about
cheese,
cheese. Yes.
right? So when
Yes.
she goes into a restaurant and talks about pizza and the cheese, her people trust her,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
And that is what I think the power of influencers is, especially at the micro level of like people that live in Shawnee.
Right.
And they, someone goes into a Shawnee restaurant and does, Old Shawnee pizza.
Right.
They trust them more.
Right.
And I think for the restaurants, it's, the old school days of doing radio and TV ads, newspapers, mailers. I call that like spray and pray marketing. Because basically you're like, I'm just going to buy a billboard. I'm going to put a bunch of money into a billboard. And as people drive by, I hope they see it. I hope they're my ideal customers. I don't know whether, and I hope they come in, and I don't know whether or not they do. And so, but with influencers, they have your targeted audience. They have people that love cheese in Kansas City.
Right.
And if the person they trust tells them to go try a pizza place,
Right.
they're going to be more likely to go than seeing a billboard that they saw,
Yes. Yes.
And so I think the value of creators is so huge right now today.
Yes.
Because we're all on our phones, right? And we're all, we're scrolling Instagram, and you see restaurants that have some kind of like, I call Instagram-worthy food item, like a big obnoxious slice of pizza, right? Or something. And you see a creator doing something with that, like taking a big messy bite or something. People love that, and they want to
Yes.
watch it. And they're like, where's this restaurant? I want to go in, Kathy went there and she said it's good. I should go there too, right?
Right.
And so I think I tell every restaurant owner that will listen to me. And I think every small business owner, creators are something you need to be partnering with.
And I think so. I mean, you hit that on the head. And a micro influencers, because the ones that have massive followings, of course, they get into getting paid. I mean, I think some people who are influencers for like Adidas and Nikes, it's amazing how much they make on one reel. Well, they're going to say whatever. But when you're a micro influencer, you can give, that, kind of like Glenn. I always got to give it to him. He has
Yes.
like his little meter, is it good or is it bussin'? Like,
Yes.
which one is it? Shout out to him. But, the Hood Dude Food Review,
Yes.
he really reviews it, and he
Yes.
gives his honest opinion.
Yes.
And that's what he's
Yes.
known for. He
Yes.
is trusted for that.
Yes.
And I've got to know him personally. And so
Yeah.
he really does. He'll tell you. If it's not, he's not going to tell you.
Yeah.
And so, like, even Gabriel, you could tell by his face, like, if it's good, he'll do the thumbs up, or he'll go, and that means it's good. But if it's not good, he'll.
Yeah.
Which I think is funny, but I mean, but it's true. Our audience wants the truth. People are seeking the truth. And I really believe that's why the micro influencers, the age of the micro influencer right now, because people want to know, like, first, like you said, they're scrolling through, seeing, and it's more than just restaurants, because that's, that's like I told you, you kind of helped me get more into the restaurant scene, because before I was all about the small business. Of course, had the following for that. KC Women's Events was where I started, and then when in COVID, we rebranded to Kathy Coates Events, and all that group is people who wanted to shop local, people who want to support local. So I was like, okay, I'm going to kind of go over and help the businesses more, but I've got to feed them. So I have a big group, of 6,000 vendors. So I couldn't really walk away. I could walk away from the scene, but why? I mean, I still can make money through that, but I help other coordinators now. I have the Coordinators Corner where I kind of help mentor them and teach them for about a year, and then they can do their own events successfully so that other vendors know that they're getting good quality events to be in. So I've got that part going, but I had to still feed that audience. So, of course, we're shouting out small businesses all the time. But what I find is that it works more than just restaurants. Like people you have, and now I'm just off the top of my head, the Travel Casey or Casey Travel or whatever. And all she does is go around and talk about the different places to travel and go. So you can find out influencers who travel all over the world and find out where to go or what to do in Kansas City. We have influencers that talk about the different hotels and what to do in Kansas City. And, so those small businesses, like Gabriel did one recently, the new slime place, the Bubbles and Slime came
Hmm.
here, and he loves some slime. So we went in and he got to show that. Well, that lets the community know, first of all, it's special needs friendly.
Hmm.
That it's a great place for the people with young adults, even or with special needs, can go.
Hmm.
And so I think that's important for that community to know where they can go.
Hmm.
And so it's more than just, food.
Hmm.
And so I think it's great to find all these different places, and there's influencers for it all. So I think
Yeah.
that's awesome.
And I think experiences
Yes.
are what people are looking for.
Yes.
And if you can show like what this experience is like of going
Mhm.
to this restaurant, this event, this
Mhm.
place, whatever it
Mhm.
is, I think that's what people want more. They would rather go to a restaurant where they can have a cool experience
Yes.
than what they could have at home.
You're
Right. And
so true. And I noticed that even when I started the pop-up shopping events, we always did the shopping pampering prizes. We were ahead of that before it even happened.
mm-hmm.
And so because people were coming, they were not coming more just to shop. They were wanting, all the stuff that comes with it.
Right.
Like it's a place that women can go do everything they like to do in one spot.
Yep.
And now you're starting to see that move into the brick and mortar
Mm.
more. Like you're saying, those experiences where you can go sip and paint. You see what I'm saying? Like those shops
Yes.
started popping
Yes.
up.
Okay.
You're even seeing in more of your events, they're doing more of that stuff there,
Mm-hmm.
having it all happen in that same place.
Mm-hmm.
And so I start to see that. But people they're wanting, it's not like they're wanting to go out and be a big crowd anymore.
Right.
I think, it's more about being in those spaces where, we have an event coming up here pretty soon at May's Tavern that we're going to do a murder mystery pop-up shopping.
Oh,
So I
okay.
don't know if you've ever been to a murder mystery
Oh,
like at a restaurant
I've
where
not, but
they
I would love to.
but
That would be
yeah, it's so
fun.
cool. So it's like a whole dinner experience, and through
Mhm.
this whole time, there's like tips and all these different clues to figure out who did
Okay.
So we're gonna do that through the pop-up shopping and at the bar. It's gonna be fun. So, but people are wanting those
Mhm.
experiences,
Mhm.
and so you hit that on the head. I see it in every direction we go, and it is a lot of fun because it gives you something fun to do besides just the normal.
Yeah.
Let's go out to eat on Friday night,
Yep.
So I think
Absolutely.
that's great. I think
Absolutely.
that's great. So I know you have kind of thought about. So what do you foresee coming in the future? Are you thinking you're always going to stay with pizza? Or are we going to try something different? Or
Well, Go Explore Local kind of the idea came from really the next vision was restaurant. We were helping
Mhm.
restaurants, and this is during the pandemic, and they were like, "What do we do? How do we get people in
Mhm.
the door?" And I'm like, "Do you have an email list? Do you have phone numbers?" And they're like, "No, I've never had to do that before." And so that kind of inspired us of what what's a way that we can help restaurant owners get people in and show them the impact that we are making to help them bring in business. And so Go Explore Local started probably 5 years ago.
Right.
We've been growing and a lot of testing at the beginning, trying different things. And really, let's see here, last about 6, 7 months ago, got hyper focused on pizza. So I went out and I visited 50 pizza spots
Right.
in the last, I don't know, six,
That's
7 months.
crazy
I've
to
ate a
me.
lot of pizza and so many different great pizza places across Kansas City.
There
And so the goal is focus on Pizza Rat now, but really Go Explore Locals more than that.
Right.
Because it's a whole ecosystem because then merchants can have their own membership.
Oh, I love
Kind
that.
of like a mug club at a brewery,
Mhm.
right? Where you get your own mug on the wall and you pay like a membership to be part of it. Well, so Old Shawnee Pizza has a membership where people can pay and get exclusive things at Old
Mhm.
Shawnee Pizza. It's $119 and they get a free pizza every week plus beer and different things.
Mhm.
And so our goal is help people find new pizza places and then help people become regulars at
Okay.
that restaurant.
Right.
So the people that love Old Shawnee Pizza, help them come in more often. So our
Right.
goal is help people discover new and then become loyal regulars. And
Right.
so kind of the goal right now is pizza, but people keep asking me coffee. They're like, when are you going to do a coffee tour? Right? I've been asked coffee, barbecue, burger. What would you want to see next?
Oh my goodness. I'm probably gonna have to say coffee.
Okay, you'd want a coffee tour.
Yeah, because we're getting ready to do a coffee shop tour ourselves too,
Okay.
like with the pop-ups.
Okay.
So how fun would that be? We do it together. No.
Okay, there you go. So yeah.
Yes, but no, but I go to coffee shops a lot to work.
Yeah.
If I, on, Thursdays and Fridays is the day I go do my own thing. Me and Gabriel do stuff all week, but those are the 2 days he gets to go hang out with his brothers or do some fun stuff on his own without his mother, because, does he want to hang out with mom all the time? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
But then I get to go meet with businesses and stuff. So a lot of times I meet in coffee shops and stuff.
Yes.
So that's probably why, because I would use it the most.
Okay.
But they all sound great.
Yeah.
Everybody loves a good burger,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But I love that concept because it is true. We can, make that first impression by going that first time with your pizza pass. But, it's all about getting people to come back because it's important to have that loyal person who's coming back so that you continually have business. I love your business model. It helps so much. That's what Be Life Changers is all about, is people who have a heart to help the community and are doing big things here in Kansas City. And that's what you're doing. So tell us just a little bit more about the Pizza Pass and how people can get the Pizza Pass and what that gets them.
Well, kcpizzapass.com is where you can go to get it. And I think we have 10 pizza places on there. So right now, as of today, it's $19.
Okay.
So sign up $19 and you get free offers. You get a free pizza at 1889 Pizza Napolitana, free pizza at Old Chani Pizza, a free New York slice at Providence Pizza, Buffalo State. I could go on.
Right.
But so our idea is people go out and try these different places. And multiple people have gone to all of them. And they've reported to me.
I'm almost there. I'm working on it.
See?
I'm almost about halfway through.
Yeah, and I've had multiple people say, yes, I just need to go to one more. And, so people love exploring.
Yes.
People love, and they're like, oh, I've never heard of Ava Ray's, like you said. I've never heard of
It's
Ava
way
Ray's.
out. I didn't know where it was.
Yeah.
That was great. I was like, why don't I ever come to this side of town? But I found there was a lot of other things out there I could do too. I was like, I need to come back out here more often.
Yeah. So it's really cool to help people discover, because again, pizza, there's so many pizza places, and these independently owned restaurant owners need support, right?
Yes, they do.
And they need support. And so that's our goal, help people find and then help them turn into repeat customers.
Right.
Because that's how restaurants are built on. They need those loyal people that are.
And remember, if you use KC Events for me, you get $5 off.
There you go.
I'll do my plug. If you want if you want $5 off, that's how you get it. You get $5 off. But yeah, so I love that. I love it. And so definitely. And shout out below. Tell us if you're watching us on YouTube, shout out below some of the pizza places you've been. What's your favorite place? Because I'm sure he'd like to, if he's missed one, he's going to want to go to more than 50. And if not, come on, get a pizza pass and hang out with that. It's great.
I went to an event the other day and I had a booth and I had a big board and I gave everybody Post-it notes that came up and I said, tell me who your favorite pizza is in Kansas City. And so I had all these Post-it notes all over the board.
Oh, cool.
And there were places that I had never heard of, like Tim's Pizza in Independence. Never heard of it. But then all of a sudden, so I posted the video. All these people were like, oh, yeah, you need to go to Tim's Pizza. So I need to go out to Tim's Pizza. I haven't been there yet. But so I'm still discovering new places.
Like I said, it's just unlimited. Even barbecue. Like I had thought I had been to almost every, and people keep shouting out different barbecue places. And I'm like, where is that?
Yeah.
But I think it's great because sometimes we can, I don't know if you are guilty of this, but sometimes I'm guilty of just kind of, and I think it's because we live such busy, high-paced lives. We find ourselves like, okay, I'm in Johnson County, so I stay in Johnson County, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And so, but it's over, in Lee Summit, and I've got to go over there. And I didn't know all this stuff was here, or, North Kansas City. And I'm like, I didn't know all the shopping stuff was here. So you find yourself in these places. Even me, who helps a lot of businesses all over town, there's still spots that I haven't been. And I'm like, oh, wow, I need to come over here. Maybe I could help shop this business out or that business out. So even we just don't run out of places. But, I guess we just got to keep going, right?
Yeah. Yeah, there's lots of great places. And so, and then our goal, bigger picture, is be able to take this to other cities.
Right.
Omaha Pizza Pass, Omaha Tacos, St. Louis, and be able to take that to
Whole
other
model.
places and then be able to tap in and work with creators in all those cities. Because,
Yes.
I had pizza with the St. Louis pizza guy. Pizza Babel is his name. So
Okay.
he's the St. Louis, but he's from St. Louis. And he came to Kansas City and he wanted to try St. Louis style pizza.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like real thin Waldo pizza. So we went to Waldo Pizza. They're like famous for St. Louis style pizza.
Oh,
And
okay.
so he went there. And so like we did a review of, we
How
were like, we have
fun
the
is
St.
that?
Louis pizza guy
Right.
reviewing St. Louis style pizza. So
I love that. See, you
yeah,
could do so many different things, and that's
yeah.
what I love about it. When you travel, I mean, because of course I do travel, so I'm in
Mm,
Salina right now because my air conditioner went out on
yes.
Monday, and it's not going to be here till the end of the month. And so it's my son. I got to keep him kind of on a normal
Mm,
pattern so he doesn't get through too off. So I've been traveling back and forth from there. So I thought, why don't I shout some places out while I'm up there? I've lived in Wichita. I do stuff up there.
mhm,
So I mean, it's fun to be able to cross that over or take somebody with you and
mhm,
have that experience.
mhm.
And so I love it. I mean, your
Yeah.
heart is so big, Court. I know it's going to work for you. And thank you so much for what you do for the community right here. And I know it makes a difference. And that's what Be Life Changers is all about, is making differences in people's lives. So thank you. That's why I asked you to be on my show, because I just knew people needed to know the story behind the KC Pizza Pass.
Yeah.
It's much bigger than just a slice of pizza. You're changing lives one slice at a time.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we want people to go discover and then go explore and then help those businesses grow. And because we need them, we need businesses to succeed. When I walk into a restaurant, I see, I've talked to so many restaurant owners that this is their life. They put
Mm.
everything into this and they work 80 hours a week.
Right.
And those people, if we can support them, I'm a big proponent of that, especially here in Kansas City. So,
Right. Awesome. Well,
yep,
thank you. And guys, now go on out, get your KC Pizza Pass.
there you go.
You can help change lives to one slice at a time
Excellent.
by checking out the new places that you may not have been, and go support the ones that you have been before and get that discount, because we all like a discount, that is for sure. But, all of us can go be a life changer and help our community. So thank you for joining us this episode. I can't wait till you come back for the next one. So go out and be a life changer.